It can happen in boxing. We've seen this. Manny Pacquiao isn't immune to this. He's been knocked out. He's been hit. He's not Floyd, who has been hardly hit. Like, he's been knocked out cold.
Might be a little bit, maybe a little better, but Floyd was the better fighter out of all of them. Manny Pacquiao was good too, with the fast hands, but he was easy to hit. And
reports from Floyd Mayweather's camp suggest that previously unseen sparring footage has been leaked, showing Manny Pacquiao being knocked down during a training session. In the video, Pacquiao appears to take several heavy shots before his trainer intervenes to halt the session. The clip has sparked fresh concerns about Pacquiao's current condition and whether, at 46, he can still compete safely and effectively at the elite level. Victor Ortiz recently opened up about a sparring session he once had with Manny Pacquiao, an experience he described as unforgettable. Ortiz praised Freddie Roach's training system and admitted he had never encountered someone with Pacquiao's intensity and unpredictability in the ring. Though he didn't share who got the better of the session, his tone suggested the experience left a lasting, and possibly humbling, impression.
Didn't you spar Manny Pacquiao around that time?
Yeah.
How's Manny Pacquiao in the ring?
Oh man, we worked so much together. Freddie Roach, I can quote him, he said that the best fights, sparring he's ever seen in his life has been me and Manny Pacquiao.
Really?
Yeah.
How does Victor match against Manny?
It was a great sparring session and one of the best I've ever seen.
You say you knocked out Manny Pacquiao?
I don't know what that means. I have amnesia.
As sparring footage of Pacquiao surfaces online, heated discussions have reignited around the wisdom of his return to the ring. The video features fast-paced exchanges, but also moments where Pacquiao seems slower and more vulnerable to punishment than in his prime. At 46, some fans and analysts worry that the risks of injury now outweigh any competitive goals. While many admire his warrior spirit, others believe continuing to fight could damage his legacy more than enhance it.
Because what's the worst case scenario? Someone gets seriously hurt. Someone has like life-altering injuries, and that can happen in boxing. We've seen this. Manny Pacquiao isn't immune to this. He's been knocked out. He's been hit. He's not Floyd, who has been hardly hit. Like, he's been knocked out cold. I thought when he got knocked out by Marquez, I thought he died. It was that scary. Yeah. Remember that one? So
I do.
Ultimately, I'm most surprised that if it hasn't been officially announced, if it lands in Nevada or California, I'll be very surprised and dare I say disappointed.
When Pacquiao and Mayweather finally met in 2015, it was more than just a title bout, it was the collision of two all-time greats. Mayweather, renowned for his defensive genius, took on Pacquiao, a powerful southpaw who had climbed through weight divisions without losing his explosiveness. Analysts, including Max Kellerman, marveled at Pacquiao's ability to remain elite despite the physical demands of moving up in weight. Though Mayweather emerged victorious on points, the bout showcased the unique talents of two once-in-a-generation fighters.
Who would your top five be? Sugar Ray Robinson, number one. Yeah, and then pound for pound. See, Pacquiao he started as a flyweight champ. Not just he started his career there, he was the champion at flyweight and then moved up. There's so many divisions between flyweight and junior middleweight where he also won a belt. And even the fact that he could compete with Floyd Mayweather, who's a naturally bigger guy and one of the greatest pure boxers, Pacquiao's overall body of work, you could have him second pound for pound behind Sugar Ray Robinson.
How come I'm watching highlights of him knocking people out those little man?
That dude, it's the calves, man. He's got those fast twitchies and those big calves jump in on you and generate a lot of power. Crazy hand speed and power from the southpaw. Really awkward, hard to beat, lightning fast. Pacquiao was all that.
In recent interviews, Manny Pacquiao has expressed a willingness to face Mayweather once again, not for championships, but in an exhibition format. He believes such a bout could still entertain fans without the intensity and pressure of a professional contest. Pacquiao's openness to an exhibition reflects his desire to balance legacy and livelihood, tapping into the growing trend of legends participating in low-risk showcase matches that deliver nostalgia and revenue without long-term health risks.
Why not? Why not? If he's willing to have a rematch with me, then I'm okay with that.
An exhibition. How does it go now, this time around? Obviously, it's been quite a few years since you guys got in the ring.
It's okay. An exhibition with a decision.
With a decision. Not just exhibition. Yeah. So for how long do you
exhibition with a decision.
That's a nice.
Pacquiao's recent draw against Mario Barrios disrupted what many hoped would be a clear path to a Mayweather rematch. Manny had aimed to deliver a dominant performance to build momentum for another showdown with his longtime rival. Instead, the controversial outcome raised doubts about his competitive viability. Carl Frampton offered a blunt critique, questioning whether Pacquiao's return is driven more by financial concerns than pure love for the sport. He warned of the dangers older fighters face when stepping into the ring with younger, hungrier opponents.
It's a joke, really. There's a thought, it's an absolute joke. I love Manny Pacquiao. Love everything about him. An all-time great in terms of what he's done previous, but that doesn't entitle you to just walk back in after 6 years and get a number 4 ranking with the WBC and fight for a world title. What about all the other guys that are waiting around? It's wrong. We seen Manny Pacquiao fight an exhibition against a kickboxer in his last fight, and kickboxers can't box, right? I've seen world champion kickboxers coming and sparring boxers. They can't box. They can kick, but they can't, and they can kick and box a little bit. They can't really box, and Manny didn't look great. I mean, yeah, I don't know. The WBC, I think we have a lot of time for him, Richie O'Sullivan, but I think it's a mistake, really do, and they should be quite embarrassed allowing a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao straight in for a world title fight.
The chances of a Mayweather-Pacquiao rematch, even as an exhibition, remain uncertain. Mayweather, long retired from professional competition, has shown little interest in high-risk bouts that could jeopardize his undefeated record or brand. These days, he focuses on carefully selected exhibitions with minimal threat. From his perspective, even a low-stakes fight against a motivated Pacquiao carries too much risk, especially if there's any chance of being outshone in front of a global audience.
I do think that Pacquiao was willing to face Mayweather in this situation. He just didn't want to agree to those stipulations. And if the stipulations aren't too ridiculous, I think it is ducking. Pacquiao would then face Joshua Clottey instead on the 13th, and Floyd would go on to face Shane Mosley. Pacquiao beats Clottey by decision, and Floyd beats Mosley by decision. Half a year after the initial negotiations fell through, Pacquiao takes a U-turn and actually agrees on the 14-day blood testing. With the new stipulations, Team Pacquiao.
Few rivalries in boxing have been as politically and personally tangled as Pacquiao versus Mayweather. Long before their 2015 showdown, failed negotiations, blame games, and public disputes defined their saga. Some pointed fingers at Pacquiao's promoters, others accused Mayweather of repeatedly delaying the fight. Ironically, the drama only fueled public demand to see the two legends finally collide. That tension didn't disappear after the bout, it lingers even now. Fans continue to argue over who avoided whom and whether a rematch is still possible. Beneath every quote or contract offer lies a history of mistrust, missed opportunities, and unresolved rivalry.
My eyes keep telling me, wait, does Manny look like a steroid creation? Does he look like some mini Schwarzenegger? Well, I can give you any other thing that steroid can do, but not natural hand quickness. So if you're right about how Floyd Mayweather is the greatest defensive tactician in the history of boxing, what should he care about how ripped or big the head is of Manny Pacquiao? Pretty boy Floyd is worried that for the first time in his career, he is going to get hit and hit and hit. He's going to get cut. He's going to get hurt. He is scared to.
Timothy Bradley, who's faced Pacquiao multiple times, has expressed concern about Manny's recent return. While he deeply respects Pacquiao's achievements, Bradley noticed signs of aging in the Barrios fight: defensive lapses, slower reactions, and a step behind in key moments. Although the result was officially a draw, Bradley feels it masked the real vulnerability Manny showed. His caution isn't rooted in criticism, but in care. Bradley wants Pacquiao to be remembered as the icon he is, not as a great fighter who stayed too long in a dangerous sport.
He's not reacting to these shots, man. He's getting offense off, but his defense is just terrible, man. It's hard for him to respond to the defensive side of things, man, and that's the reason why I retired. I started getting hit more and more every time I stepped into that ring, and I'm like, you know what, my time is up, and I'm gonna keep it real. Manny Pacquiao's time has been up. You know, the fact that he's a special type of athlete, he's a legend. He's able to get in there with guys like Mario Barrios, who basically somewhat carried this guy, man. He carried Manny Pacquiao. I don't care what anybody say. He carried him. Yes, all he had to do was step on the gas, especially in the middle, the back end of the fight, where he's a younger fighter. He has more energy. He could have gave more effort. Because obviously he got hit with some straight left hands and he was able to take it. But it didn't seem like he wanted to. It seemed like he was in there to do it.
Contrasting the concerns, one of Pacquiao's recent sparring partners offered glowing feedback. He described the chance to spar with Manny as an honor, highlighting Pacquiao's remarkable speed, footwork, and relentless pace even at 46. First-hand accounts like this paint a more nuanced picture. While critics point to decline, those training with him see flashes of elite form. These conflicting views help explain why fans still believe in Manny's ability to deliver big performances, despite his age.
Now, a lot of people is complaining about the judging. The judging was spot on. Best judges in boxing. Spot on with it. You know, if I scored it, I would have scored it for Barrios. However, the draw, because there was a couple of swing rounds in there, the draw was perfect. Perfect. You know, but damn, I would love to see both these guys' contracts, man. You know, just like the Serrano and Taylor fight is similar in that fashion. Both these guys was in there just having a high-level sparring session. That's all it was. I was disappointed in both their performances, to be honest with you, man. So, look, y'all can miss me with whatever y'all want to say, man. The Pacquiao lovers, I get it. I respect the man as well, but yo, I gotta call it like I see it. You know, and that was a slower version.
Paulie Malignaggi sees things differently. He believes Pacquiao's recent performance might actually tempt Mayweather into accepting a rematch. According to Malignaggi, subtle declines, slower movement, softer footwork, delayed reactions might give Floyd the confidence he needs to agree to a second fight, believing the risk is minimal. From this angle, Manny's effort against Barrios may not have scared Floyd, it might have intrigued him.
Manny Pacquiao, I saw some footage or some images online where you were sparring him, and I've got to be honest, you gave him a very clean dig. And not many people can actually say they've landed good clean punches on Manny Pacquiao. He's a super fighter, very, very quick. What was it like to share the ring, even though it was only sparring, sharing the ring with Manny Pacquiao?
I mean, it was a blessing. Like, Manny Pacquiao himself is a legend. You know what I mean? Manny's a legend in boxing. And to be honest, I don't think I was, well, I know, I wasn't shell-shocked the first time we sparred. It was like I had something to prove.
Despite the concerns surrounding his age, Pacquiao's performance against Barrios impressed many. At 46, he showed energy, sharp combinations, solid footwork, and impressive conditioning, traits that many younger fighters struggle to maintain. While he's clearly not in his prime, his ring IQ and work ethic remain undeniable. For fans, it was more than nostalgia, it was proof that one more mega fight might still be worth watching.
Considering the point in time we are in boxing, he's actually in a great position because he sucks, but he has a world championship. So you got guys that bring a lot of money that will point to him. Manny Pacquiao just pointed to him. If I'm Floyd Mayweather and I watch that fight, I say, bro, I can beat that guy. Mayweather may come back and say, let me go beat that guy.
Champ.
You know? And then, because I guarantee, right now, if Mayweather comes back and fights him, my money's on Floyd. Easy. Right now, I have Floyd's age. Easy. Conor Benn, who I don't even think is that good, could also, but generates a ton of money, also could point to Mario Barrios. And guys, let me be honest, even if I don't think Conor Benn is that good, he's way ballsier than Mario Barrios, and that alone probably beats Mario Barrios, because Conor can punch a little bit as well. So Barrios is in a great position financially, even in the welterweight picture, because it's not a deep welterweight division, and he's the low-hanging fruit.
Sugar Shane Mosley, who fought both Pacquiao and Mayweather, offered a balanced but candid perspective. He believes Mayweather's tactical brilliance gives him the edge. While Pacquiao's aggressive style dazzles, Mosley says it also creates defensive gaps that Mayweather could easily exploit. In his view, Manny's volume and speed are impressive, but Floyd's precision, counter-punching, and ring awareness are simply on another level.
Pacquiao needs his legs to be explosive. That's how he made a career. That's how he became an A-division champion, an all-time great. And he still has the little bounce on his legs, man. So credit to those big-ass calves that Manny Pacquiao has, because he showed signs of greatness, man. And it was great to see that, but the judges didn't give it to him.
He looked so much better than I thought he was. And I was basing a lot of my opinion on his age and the 2 exhibition fights that he fought since his last pro fight, where he looked slow, fleshy, just didn't look anything like the man he used to be. Look, this was not a good fight. I mean, can we just get that out of the way? Like, this looked to me like kind of a high-level sparring session. It just wouldn't look like I was watching. And some of the numbers back that up. I mean, Pacquiao, he landed 101 punches of 577 thrown. That was for a 17.5%.
As rumors of a rematch heat up again, the boxing world can't help but revisit the history. Over the years, talk of a second Pacquiao's Mayweather bout has surfaced many times, only to fizzle out due to contract issues, timing, or conflicting interests. But now, with both men past their prime yet still influential, the idea feels more plausible than ever. Whether driven by nostalgia, unfinished business, or financial appeal, the possibility of Mayweather-Pacquiao 2 refuses to go away. And this time, it might actually happen.
Always hear people talk about Manny dug Floyd, Floyd dug Manny. Let's do some actual research. Let's get to the bottom of this. 2009, Golden Boy sends a 50-50 contract to Top Rank and Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao's side did decline this contract, though he later went on to agree to Mayweather's terms. We'll get to that in a second. So the big issue on Top Rank and Pacquiao's side was that the form of drug testing Floyd Mayweather was looking to do was really untraditional. It was Olympic style testing, which is untraditional because this is professional boxing, and the tests were to be administered by USADA, which is very untraditional in professional boxing. Pacquiao did agree to the blood and urine testing, but he wanted it to be scheduled, and he wanted it to have a 7-day cutoff before the fight because he felt like drawing blood inside a week of the fight would make him weaker. Manny Pacquiao went on to sue Floyd Mayweather and Golden Boy for defamation. He dropped that in 2011, but this was the first time this fight fell through. I think it was probably Pacquiao's fault. I feel like it might have been Pac's fault. The second time this fight was negotiated, Manny Pacquiao and Bob Arum's Top Rank, they finally agreed and submitted to Floyd's drug testing style. They had everything signed. They sent the contract over to Mayweather and Golden Boy. They didn't touch anything. All they did was put their name on the paper and gave it back. They even had a website with a money timer waiting for Floyd's decision. They gave Floyd a 2-week deadline. The deadline passed. Floyd never signed the contract. Leonard Ellerby declined it, but HBO Sports president Ross Greenberg said it was true. Floyd Mayweather never signed the contract, but Manny Pacquiao did. I have to put the blame on Floyd right here, man. I gotta be honest. They agreed to everything and he didn't reply. This one right here is a bit iffy. This is the third time the fight is really negotiated. Floyd is going through his legal issues, so the scheduling issues are there. But in the end, they were both able to sign the contract, but there was one big stipulation. Floyd Mayweather wanted $160 million, but Manny Pacquiao would only take home $30 million.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates, and until next time, fight fans.